If you haven't talked to at least 100 and got some measure of them excited and interested in using this product, your idea is garbage and you should not pursue it. As I'm about to dive into this, I was looking around and I realized that I have forgotten one very important ingredient to any entrepreneur's life. Let's go see what that is real quick. Welcome back to Future Internet Billionaire. My name is Josh Pegley. I'm an entrepreneur in the tech space, and today I am going to be talking to you about how we found our $1 million or $1 billion idea and how you can too. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to show you 3 different ways, or explain, not so much show, explain 3 different ways that you can actually use to solve a problem and think of the next big business idea. I've used these a few different times. I know of people that have used these, and we actually personally used one of them ourselves to launch our business and build the business we're building right now. So the very first one, and the one that you're probably going to hear of the most, is solve your own problem first. So what this really means is that it's a problem that you're encountering on a daily basis. It's something that's annoying to you that you believe through a product or a service you can actually solve. That is a really good indicator. But this is my least favorite way, because a lot of the times things that are annoying to you are not annoying to other people. And when I say annoying, I mean annoying enough that you would pay to have the problem solved. If you're sitting there thinking, man, this is really annoying, ask yourself, how much research have I done to figure out, is there actually a solution to my problem? Has somebody come across this and built a product? If not, or service. If not, ask yourself why. Is it just relevant to me? Or has nobody thought of it? Or is maybe it's not necessarily not only applicable to me, I mean, other people deal with it, but it's not painful enough that anybody would actually buy a solution for it. That's the first thing I would be thinking about. I would ask myself those questions, especially when you're doing internet and you said, how do I become an entrepreneur? How do I find the next business idea? Everybody's gonna say, solve the problem for yourself, solve something for yourself. But again, I caution you, this is probably the worst one. Second, number 2, is what I would do is if you work for someone, if you work at a company, you work at a place where there are other people, there's a business going, there is operations happening, this business is solving problems. This is where I would keep my eyes open. I would keep my eyes peeled for things in the business, links in the process that are broken or painful or that really annoy people, and look for business ideas that way. You would be surprised on how many businesses are birthed out of solving a pain for businesses that they were in, right? So like, for instance, it could be a new type of project management tool for your business industry. Project management tools have birthed out of solving workflow problems for specific sectors and industries. And there's general ones where you can solve any workflow or anything, but this is where you could actually look and say, hey, I work for a plumbing company and we have these particular workflows that, you know, maybe something like a Monday.com or a Basecamp don't do really well because they're very generic. That could be an idea that you say, hey, maybe I could build a project management tool specifically catered to my type of plumbing company, and it would really solve our problems and work perfect for this type of workflow. Those are the type of things that you think about, not just in terms of what is a general product, but what could be a real good product that works for my particular business that I'm part of or that I'm working in, and what could I do better than all the other tools out there? That's another really good one to think about. That's another really fantastic way to find a business. The third option, and this is actually the one that we used to generate our business is we had an agency. We started a business to provide services to other businesses. So we didn't necessarily have a product. We were selling our skill sets to help businesses, and our skill sets were software development. We built custom software products for companies. We actually had a company from the life safety and inspection industry, an industry that I knew nothing about. But because we opened up the platform, we had the opportunity, we were building connections, they knew us as problem solvers. This individual was referred to us by one of my other friends who we did work for, and they said, could you build us, or they asked if we could build them a solution, to a very common problem. And it was a particular paper-based workflow that they wanted to automate and digitize. And so we looked at that, and this was one of those scenarios where we said, is this a problem that's only specific to this company, or is it something that's applicable to every company in their industry? Now remember, you never want to get caught in a situation where you're spending a lot of time building a solution that's only going to be valuable to one company. Now, if they're paying you for it, if they're like, hey, we're gonna pay you to build a completely custom solution, then great, then that's fine. Then you're getting paid for your work. But if you're building something, a service or a product or a hybrid, and you're intending to sell it to many, many businesses, then that's where you go into a very important next phase, which is idea validation. Now, idea validation, and there might be a better way of doing this, but I don't know of one. It's where you essentially start doing cold outreach and market research for yourself, talking to other businesses in this industry and figuring out, do you have this problem and would you pay to have it solved? Now, there's more elegant ways of asking that, but you would have to craft it based on the industry, based on who you're reaching out to, based on where they fall in the chain of command. But each industry is going to be different, but that's essentially what you're asking. Here's the problem. Here's what we're going to build. Is this something that your company would use? So here's what we did. This is the exact plan. The individual came to us. They said, here's my problem. Now, this is what I would do if you found an idea that you're solving for yourself, that you saw and identified while you were working for somebody, or if you had a service-based company where somebody came to you with the problem. Do this next phase, and this is really where it goes down into the details, and this is where a lot of work happens and a lot of people don't want to do. We called probably somewhere in the range of 500 to 1,000 other businesses in this industry and set up product demos with them. That we actually started selling the solution before we had any of the product built. And the way we did that was we essentially came in and said, hey, you're an industry expert. For us, it was inspection companies. So we said, hey, you're an inspection company. You're the one with the industry expertise. Where we have a brand new product, it wasn't built yet. Would you be interested in jumping on a demo and giving us feedback and seeing that this is something interesting to you? When you go for the approach of like, hey, I would love to get your feedback on this product, for some reason, people are so much more interested in giving that. It makes them feel important, makes them feel like they have an industry expertise, which they do, and we wanted that, so it was very true. And say, hey, would you be able to jump on a call? And so when they jumped on that call, we used the opportunity literally of like our pitch deck to say, is this something, can we sign you up? Like, is this something you want? So we literally started signing people up for product demos, but we would schedule them the setup process to set them up on our new product months out because we still had to build it. Through the process of early selling and identifying customers that actually said, yes, I want to use this product and I'll pay for it. And we gave them the cost, we gave them an idea of cost so they knew it wasn't free. We got a good indicator that yes, there were other businesses in this industry that actually want the product. Now pause. Most entrepreneurs that I know want to build the service or product perfect before they talk to anybody, because an idea is almost like this precious little thing you want to protect and you don't want anybody else to know about it until you're finished building the product, until it's launched, and then nobody can steal it. First off, that's a bunch of bull crap, and I would really suggest that ideas are garbage until they are actually validated. So don't worry about losing your idea or somebody stealing it. Just validate it, sell it, because 99.99999% of people you come across are not going to be able to steal your idea or have the resources to execute on it or really even have the desire to pursue your idea and turn it into a business. So just eliminate that fear from your life. Validate your idea. Talk to people, not just your parents, not just your friends. Talk to people that are in the industry. I'm talking about talk to hundreds of them, not 3. If you haven't talked to at least 100 and got some measure of them excited and interested in using this product, your idea is garbage and you should not pursue it. I really mean that. It's too expensive and it takes too much time to build a product or a service. You really need to think about what you're doing and validate that somebody's willing to pay for it. So that's how we actually pursued and did our business, and it's been turning out really well for us. We're still really early. We're less than $1 million in revenue, but we're growing and there are lots of customers using us every single week, and we have satisfied customers. So it works, I'm telling you. So that's really what concludes the 3 main points. And I switched up the view specifically because you get the perspective of what my computer looks at every day. This is me sitting at my desk. It's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of effort. It's an exciting journey, there's no doubt about that. But before you set out, you wanna make sure that you're not wasting your time. And so that's really the main thing for these 3 points. You can find incredible ideas and solutions all over the world for businesses and for people. But just make sure you do the work to actually validate those ideas. There's a book I read, it's called Start From Zero, and it's really focused on software entrepreneurs, but I think the principles that this book applies is actually really relevant and awesome to any business. Dane Maxwell, I don't know this guy, he's not a friend of mine or anything. I just watched an interview with him and I really admired the information he was talking about, and so I bought the book. It's a great book. It really makes entrepreneurship seem realistic and doable for anybody. So I highly recommend check out that book. He lays out a real nice process about how to identify solutions and business ideas as well. That's some bonus content for you if you really like this video. But guys, other than that, guys and gals, other than that, thank you so much for watching my video and joining me today here at my desk this morning. You know, if anybody else is a morning entrepreneur or hustler and needs their coffee, comment down below maybe your favorite coffee brand or maybe your favorite tea brand, whatever you use to get the day started. I would love to hear about it, love to try something new. Please subscribe if you like this content. It lets me know that the support is huge, lets me know you're interested, and like and share if you can. I really would appreciate it. I want to grow this channel, give everybody the opportunity to see what it's like to be in the early days of a business, and that everybody's not in Silicon Valley with billion-dollar valuations, but that it's very realistic and possible for anybody to build a successful business and to do it on your terms. And so thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you next week. Have a great week.